Concept 12, row height. The first thing we want to do is undo the last thing that we did. So we're going to undo that alignment. So we'll use our undo button. We're going to move the entries in the cells B10 through E10 into the same columns in row 11. So we want to move the entries in row 11. Then we are going to drag the bottom boundary of rows 3 and 11 to increase the row height to 22.5. So, there we go. And all I'm doing here is putting my cursor in between the bottom of the row that I want to adjust. And I'm spacing them out like that. So that's just making them a little bit larger. I'm going to select the text in cells B3 through F3, and I'm going to center align these. And I'm going to do the same for cells B11 through E11. So those should be centered. Next, we're going to indent. We're going to select A4 through A8. And we're going to hold down Control and select A12 through A19. And holding down Control is how we select two non-adjacent ranges. And we're going to click on, we can release Control. Then we're going to click on Increase Indent in the Alignment group. So right up here. Find Increase and Decrease up here. We're going to click on Increase. And you can see that it indented it in. Unfortunately, it has now been cut off, so we're going to have to readjust, re-auto-fit the width of column A. And then I'm going to select A9. I'm going to hold down Control and pick up A20 and A23. And I'm going to right align these. I'm then going to select A1 through F1, and I'm going to merge and center. That's also in your alignment group. And I'm going to do the same for A2 through F2. And what this does is turns these all into one giant cell. And you can see just by a little bit of alignment changes, we're starting to break up the document and make it visually easier to understand. We're going to select A1 and A2, which are both of these, and we're going to open up our drop-down font tab. And we are going to choose Lucida Sans. And I don't care what type of font you pick, and it's good to understand that in all of these exercises and all your homeworks, the type of font you choose doesn't really matter all that much to me. So if you want to be a little creative and have fun, be my guest and do so. So I'm going to change it to Lucida Sans. And then I'm going to come up to the font size, and I'm going to change it from 11 to 14, because these are titles. I'm going to make them look a little bigger. Then we're going to select B3 through F3. So down here, B3 through F3. And we're going to increase the font size of these to 12. And I'm going to bold them and give them an underline. I'm then going to select A4 through A8. And I'm going to right-click and open up my little mini toolbar here. And I'm going to bold them and italicize them right here. With cells A4 through A8 still selected, I'm going to open up the Clear button in the drop-down list in the Editing group. So up here in Editing, you see there's a Clear button. And I'm going to click the downward arrow and choose Clear Formats. And you can see that that turns it all back to regular text, but it also gets rid of my indentation. And so I'm going to come back and indent it once again. Once I've done that, I'm going to apply bold to cell A9. So I'm going to come down here to A9 and bold that. And then I'm going to click on my Format Painter. And And I need to double click. And your format painter can be found in your clipboard. And what this does is it allows you to copy formatting, such as bolding, color, font type. And if you click on it once, it allows you to copy it one time. And whatever you have selected is what it's going to copy, and then you can copy it somewhere else. If you double click it, as we're going to do, and now it's turned on, you can see the dancing ants around it. It's turned on until I turn it off. And so I'm also going to click on cells A20 and A23. And so it bolds each one of these. Now, there's just a bold, but if I had bold and green colored and underlined and all of that kind of stuff, it all would have been copied at the same time. And then you can click on the Format Painter button again to turn it off. And it tells us to use the Format Painter to copy the format from cells B3, so up here, B3, to cells B11 through E11. So I'm going to click on my Format Painter just once, come down here to B11, and go through E11. And I'll click on those as well. And you can see, since I only clicked it once, it automatically turned off when I was done.